Peace and love, bag babes. It's your girl Nashe. What's up? What's good? So here I am getting ready for the fall festival that's taking place at my son's school. Now I've decided to rock my Coach City tote, and I'm putting all the kids' stuff into this bag along with my things. However, I'm not willing to let the kids' things take up too much real estate in my purse, so I'm using my handy dandy clear pouch that I picked up from Amazon. However, after packing my son's items, I forget the wet wipes. So of course, I have to pull everything out again and get it in there, close it up, and get it back in the purse, right? So we can get on with our day. Or so I thought. After putting everything back in the bag, I quickly realized I had a whole other son. And I definitely wanted to keep his things in this pouch as well. Like I said, we're not giving these children's things too much real estate in the purse. So I had to roll these pants and shirt items back up and try to make them as small as possible. And it turned out to be quite a bit of a struggle. It was pretty ambitious of me to try to even get all of that into this pouch in the first place. But once I have an idea in mind, I definitely have to roll with it and see it through. So I unpacked and rearranged things and tried my very best to make it all work. So that's what you're seeing here, me putting things back in this pouch, trying to figure things out, but it's definitely still not going my way. I am very stubborn, so I continued and continued until I finally got it. I figured out how to get everything in, and I was very pleased with the results. But if you see what I see, I'm forgetting one major thing. I forgot the diaper rash ointment, and I am so fed up. I'm like, oh, forget this. So I had to go ahead and pack some snacks for the kids, because if you're like me, we're not about to go out there and spend a whole arm and a leg on some items, especially when we have food in this house that we could take with us. And I have this big old city tote that I can put my food in. So I went ahead to go get dressed and realized in the last wash, these overalls got ripped right down the leg. OMG, I was so sad. I hurried up and grabbed my Fabri-Tac glue and went to town. I glued that seam up, okay? Here is the glue. I then hit it with an iron, and this is what we have. A perfect seam. Well, not so perfect, but I think I did a pretty good job. Now, I do have a little spot there that was left from the glue because I went a little glue happy, but overall, I was pleased. What are we going to do with this hair? Let's go ahead and get the hat together because it's looking like a hat type of day anyways. So once I ushered the little people in the car, it was time to get to cruising. We are headed to the fall festival. Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Nashe. What's up? What's good? Well, tonight we have the lovely Coach City Tote in the color bright orange. So this weekend we had a bunch of fun. We first went to the fall festival at my son's school, and then we went to a neighborhood Day of the Dead celebration, and that was all a bunch of fun. So I knew that I would need something larger to carry things for my children, as well as any extra things I might have picked up during the events. I knew that I wanted something bigger to hold all of that. And so I did choose this tote bag, and she worked out very, very well. So we're gonna go ahead and see all that I have in this tote bag. The first thing on the top of the bag are these little plastic bags here, and what I have inside of these are just dried marigolds. These marigolds are very, very pretty. They were grown at the kids' school, and they then dried them and turned them into wreaths. And basically what you can do is hang these, use them as garnish on certain dishes, and I just really like the look of this. This is definitely an aesthetic that speaks to me, so I'm planning on doing some decorative thing with these. Not quite sure exactly what yet, but I'll certainly put them to good use. And so that's what's in there. They're pretty delicate, but right around the time of year, the Day of the Dead, which is a celebration of ancestors, right, by our Mexican brothers and sisters, these flowers are typically used in some cultures for remembrance, and I just really, really love them. So I had to pick up a couple of these. I also picked up some really big garlic bulbs that they grew at the school. Now these are nice and sizable, but they're also still pretty dirty. But I just love the fact that the kids grew them. I'll definitely plant some of this so I can try to regrow them, and I'll certainly be using them for cooking purposes. I also got a couple toys that they were passing out for the kids. They passed out a bunch of toys and candy. Here we have a little orange flute and some fangs. And I'm sure you're no stranger to these fangs. You always see them right around this time of year. They're pretty cute. So those are some of the things that we acquired. I also stopped at a couple of the booths, and I was able to grab this lovely calendar. It's definitely time for a calendar. This one has some really nice images, and I'm always tempted with calendars to cut out the pretty pictures and use them in junk journals. Now this calendar goes all the way into 2024, so I really am happy to have this resource. And I love the November spread, so I think I'll just go ahead and use it, and it'll be really cute and fit right into my fall festivities. So I'm grateful to have gotten this calendar. Now there were also a bunch of used books. These are just stickers that someone gave my son. But we have the best Halloween hunt ever. That seems to be a very interesting book. I'm not quite sure why my son picked up the new baby at our house, because there will be no new babies at our house. And I thought this was cute, Afro, Tina, and the Three Bears. So these used books will come in handy in my household because my little 6-year-old definitely loves reading, and I'm always encouraging him to grab a book. So that worked out really well. You might have seen in the earlier clips, I had this little black snap bag. And so what we have left in here is just one apple. These were very tasty apples. Plan on having that apple tomorrow. You also saw me struggling with this pouch right here, but I did end up getting everything fit in except for that that rash ointment, diaper rash ointment in the end, but everything fit in nicely. I got 2 kids outfits in here. So one for my little one and one for my 6-year-old. Those outfits fit in. I had to kind of roll them up and roll up the Pampers as well, but we did get Pampers, wet wipes, 2 outfits in here. It worked out pretty nicely, and I really love these. This came in a set of 3 from Amazon, and they are working out really, really well. I tend to use the larger size one for situations like this when my kids will be traveling with me and I can get their things in it really nicely. Next, I have the smaller little clear pouch that came in that set of 3. And this one still served as my little bathroom pouch. And I kept pretty much the same things from the other bag. The little brown cosmetics held my very small amounts of cosmetics, and that worked out well. My glasses case, and you already know the story with this. There's no glasses in here, but the glasses case are always in my bag. Here we go with the Wicked Vanilla Woods, and like I said, as you already know, we're trying to finish this out, so this will be in pretty much all my bags until it's done. I have a flyer in here from the library, just letting us know what's going on around town in our local libraries, so that's always useful. I've always been a library girl ever since I was a little girl. I loved hanging out in the library. In the back pocket of the purse, I do have the little Bloomingdale's key holder, and I'm still using it for my electronic cords. In the main compartment, I have one last thing, and that is my Patricia Nash Kiss Lock purse. This was an awesome accessory because it certainly served as my catch-all / purse. So I have my debit cards in here. I have some cash in here. I have some receipts in here. Here is my kitty cat mirror, my pen, hand sanitizer, and what else do we have in here? Set of keys. And that's pretty much everything. I have my, like I said, my ID and my debit card and just receipts from the day. Super handy piece. I picked her up a couple years ago at TJ Maxx, and it also does come with a little wristlet strap, but I take it off when I slip it into my purses. So I really love this. The next thing I feel in the back pocket is a little button that we picked up. Asked me about 1,000 books before kindergarten, so that seems to be a movement that's going on. They just started it here in Atlanta from what I can tell, and they're just encouraging parents to encourage their little ones to read or read to your little ones, and basically we're trying to read 1,000 books before our babies enter kindergarten. That's pretty ambitious, but I'm sure that it could be done. The last bit of things I have in this back pocket is finishing up this Encanto tissue pack. We definitely ran through some of this yesterday as some of us started sniffling, and that came in handy. I also have a mask that I tend to travel with, especially when I'm out with the kids and in these very, very public places. I picked up a purple pen from one of the vendors that was there as well. That is everything that was in this lovely purse. I was tempted to wear it on the inside out, but I decided not to. But I certainly had fun. She certainly did what she needed to do, and I'm really pleased with this carry. I'm always happy with the orange bag because you can always bring it right into fall after the summers. She serves 2 seasons for me, and I always love that. But that is pretty much everything that I wanted to say about this tote. Absolutely love her. She's gonna be in my collection probably forever because I love a beautiful pumpkin bag. So that is that. And before I go, I want to leave you with this fun fact. The pumpkins that you see in this video were grown right in my very yard. I think they are super adorable. A couple years ago when I bought my house, I decided to plant some pumpkin seeds in the backyard, and now every year they pop up in the front yard. So I usually get about 5 or 6 really cute pumpkins that pop up every year, and it's been really, really delightful. So say hello to my little friends. I'm not sure what we'll do with them. We'll probably decorate one. I'll probably try to make a pie with the other, and I'm not quite sure what will happen to the third one, but I just wanted to go ahead and share that little tidbit with you. And again, bid you a beautiful night, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.